Welcome to the mat. Get comfortable. Let's zoom in here so you can see me a little closer. Hello there. So Vicky, welcome. Thanks for being here. Try not to be too distracted with all the technology today, but technology really is a gift when we are mindful and intentional with it, obviously, and it's a brilliant way to connect to people and share our gifts and our love and our light with the world. So in need of it. And I love encouraging heart-centered leaders and artists and way showers to become more visible online, however begrudgingly we might be. I've definitely been there at times. I would rather, just live in a forest and be on my own, but not really. Really what fulfills me the most is being of service. So thank you for allowing me to express my art. I love playing with the technology. I have since I was a little one with cameras, and it just amazes me the abilities that I have now for a relatively small amount of money to create a whole production.
Sara's a broadcast visionary, consultant, artist, yoga instructor, and co-founder of Flow Network. She connects people to joy in ways that are creative, inclusive, and in flow. Her passion is empowering and documenting the evolution of what she feels is the greatest paradigm shift of our time, the rise of creative, heart-centered leaders and businesses. She co-founded Flow Network to support this shift. She studied television broadcasting, worked for a major Canadian network, and later founded a training department of a tech startup in the industry. She also has certifications in holistic nutrition along with yoga and color therapy. This show ties together what have previously felt like two different worlds, business and spiritual.
Welcome to Yoga Marketing from the Mat with Sara D. Flow. Thank you for being here. And what do I want to talk about today? So I've been sharing on my social media, that marketing is the front face of our culture. And I read some crazy statistic about how many advertisements we see in a day now. Like, I don't even know if I believe it. It was like between 6,000 to 10,000 advertisements. I don't even know how that's possible. But I guess if we're scrolling all the time on our phones, then it totally is possible compared to just a few years ago. And just a few years ago, I think it was 4 years ago, I was teaching business and artists why it was important to use video for their business, which has just become an obvious thing right now. So we're evolving so quickly, and marketing is the front face of our culture. And I am seeing a big shift in how we practice marketing and the tactics that we use that, once were kind of felt icky and slimy, both as the creator but also as the consumer. And we've become numb to marketing, and I feel that when we do that, we are potentially closing down to both being open to connecting to others and also being closed down to sharing and being a marketer yourself. And I just really want to inspire all the brilliance, all the stories. I really believe when we share our story and our vision, we can literally be a survival guide for somebody else. So just putting yourself out there and really realizing that it doesn't have to be perfect. I've used this term documenting evolution, and what if you're going to market is you just kind of figuring it as you go along and showing your evolution. I think it's a brilliant way to build trust and to show your community that you're just a human too, figuring things out. And that's a similarity with coming to your yoga mat. Every day you come to your mat to do your practice, you explored something new and different, and it's not about being perfect. It's just about connecting to your body and building trust with your body. And the more and more we do that, the more and more powerful we can be when we walk out into the market, whether that's online or offline. And so last class we talked a lot about yoga is about building trust with ourselves And everything starts with ourselves, and it starts inside of us. So with that, let's just checking the comments, making sure you can hear me and everything is all good. And it looks like it is. So let's get into a little practice, shall we? I will start by officially chiming the bells. And just really arrive on your mat, in your body, to your breath. Sitting up nice and tall. You can close your eyes if you like. And just really tune into your breath. And just notice where your breath is moving in your body, how it's moving. Is it shallow? Are you breathing in your collarbones, or are you breathing deep down in your belly? And just let it be natural without trying to control your breath at this point in time. We're just doing a body scan, seeing how we feel today. Allow your hips to be heavy, fully supported by the earth. And as we start every practice, connecting right into the center of the earth, just feeling that energetic line, your spine, going down through your hips, through your legs and your feet, all the way down to the center of the earth, or just deep into the earth as far as you like to go. But just rooting into the earth. You can even imagine roots coming from your sit bones and your feet. And just feeling your connection to the earth. Allowing your shoulders to drop away from your ears, the back of the neck nice and long as you reach the crown of your head up towards the sky. And just feeling your spine reaching up into the heavens, into the stars, and connecting with the energy of the cosmos. And just recognizing that you are a channel. You are a channel through which this beautiful energy of the universe and the earth commingle. Maybe you can imagine the colors of the silvery stars pouring down the crown of your head into your body and into the earth. And maybe the earthy, coppery, gold energy from the earth soaking into your roots and all the way up your body and out the crown of your head. And just allow your imagination to run here with color and connecting in with your breath. And as this color moves through your body, around your body, with your breath, just trust that your body is really getting some nourishment that it needs right now. And just see in your receptiveness to this. Are you clenching anywhere, maybe in your abdomen or your hips? Or you have your shoulders rounded forward and your heart closed? And just see if you can really open and be in a receptive mode. You don't have to know or understand what this energy can do for your body. You just have to trust that it's doing exactly what it is that we need. See if you can lengthen your exhalation if your body hasn't already done that. Notice the rebound of your inhalation. If your palms are facing down on your thighs, maybe to ground you, see if opening your palms towards the sky puts you more in a receptive mode. Just observe. Just observing any sensations or any images without attaching to them, just witnessing. And then let's bring our focus to the area of the heart. And just notice if there's any colors mixing in with the heart, noticing the energetic size of the heart, which can expand beyond the body. And just notice what is without judging what is. And going into the back of the heart. Inviting your breath to soften all around this area. When you're ready, we're going to do some neck rolls, shoulder rolls, bringing your left ear to your left shoulder. You can keep your eyes closed if you like. Maybe reaching your right fingertips towards the right side of your mat. And then turning your nose towards your left knee, getting a little bit more into the back of the neck. It's so nice to be able to be here with you live and feel people on the other side of the lens. So I'm so glad that I have the bandwidth to be doing these lives right now, and for you being here and showing up with me. Let's turn the nose straight down to the mat, and then we'll lift the head back up, and then bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Again, staying with the breath, soft, smooth, deep breaths, and bringing your left hand to the mat. You might have noticed the hand on my t-shirt. And if you haven't seen us at Flow Network doing that over the years, you'll probably wonder what the heck that is. Turning your nose towards your knee. Basically, it represents a couple things. The one is our bandwidth capacity, and we use our hands to represent when it's closed, we're in a box, and when it's open, we're expanding and we're stretching our bandwidth, and we're stretching outside of our comfort zone. Let's look straight down towards the ground. And looking up, let's do a gentle twist. Right hand to the left knee, and your left hand, your arm behind you like a second spine, sitting up nice and tall and twisting. And when we stretch out of our comfort zone to have some sort of stretch up into the higher frequencies like love and gratitude, we also bring the awareness that it brings us to this depth of engagement where we have the opportunity to let go of old patterns or stories or beliefs connected to the lower frequencies like fear and shame and guilt. And this is our opportunity to really let that go so we can sustain our bandwidth and our high levels of achievement, especially as we're on our mat and we're inviting more love in, or if we're going to the market with something we love. it's to be expected that inner critic will come out or those thoughts that kept us in our box will come up to be loved and released. And that is why I love connecting the two to yoga, because we literally store these things in our physical body, in our DNA. It's like literally written in our DNA from our parents and ancestors. Let's go to the other side. I'm going to keep talking. And you'll turn your head all the way around. I'm just not sure if the microphone will pick me up if I turn my head around. So the connecting in yoga and releasing, we can literally release these patterns from our body when we combine our breath, our imagination, and movement. Exhale. Yoga is literally the practice of expanding our consciousness and expanding our awareness. And that's what this represents. And then when you turn it this way, we have this thing where we say, you be you. And we really believe when you are your outrageous self, you have amazing talents and gifts to share with your community, the world, however big or small you want to play is all equally important. If you're using a blanket, blankets can be helpful depending on the mobility of our hips. They help bring the hips and tilt the hips forward a little bit more. We're going to bring the legs out in front. Or you can also use your blanket rolled up under your knees. And if you don't have a blanket, it's all good. We're just going to do a gentle forward fold. So just moving the flesh from your sit bones so you really feel rooted on your mat, and allow your thighs to really ground down into the earth. Pull your toes slightly towards your shins, and we're going to inhale, nice and tall, reaching the arms up towards the sky, and just like you're plugging into the cosmos, into the universe. Reach all the way up. Bring some of that magic down. Twinkle your fingers and come all the way forward, and just bring that magic to the earth. We are magical creatures, and our intention and our imagination is such a powerful thing. Let's allow the back of the heart to widen. If that feels good, soften. Not trying to force this, just really allowing the weight of your head and your body. Slight or deep bend to the knees here is completely fine as well. See if the crown of your head can grow towards your feet to whatever degree, even if you're just imagining that. Really connect to your breath. As you inhale, feel the inhale draw up the back of the legs. And then as you exhale, comes up through the spine, around the head, and back down to the feet. So inhale, drawing the energy up from the earth. And then exhale down the spine and out the top of the head. As we've said in previous practice, yoga is a journey of the self. Through the self to the self, which is all to say you be you, and each time we come to the mat we get to learn more and more about ourselves. We get to let go of patterns, blocks, ways of being that are actually no longer serving ourselves. And marketing is a practice that allows us to do the same thing as well. Sometimes we can get locked or stuck thinking we have to keep doing certain things. And we do not. Let's slowly come all the way back up. And we'll just do a couple of poses here, coming forward on a couple more poses onto the hands And the knees with the knees right underneath the hips and the hands over the shoulders. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, round, tucking your head and your tailbone. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, rounding. Inhaling forward. And exhale to round. Tucking your head in your tailbone. And then coming on to just a straight spine here. And then we'll shift the hips over to the right. Look over the right shoulder at your right hip. And then we'll go over to the other side. And then you be you and just move your body in whatever way wants to move. Maybe draw circles the other way. Around. One thing about the world being extra noisy with so many advertisements is we can literally see in 1 second the best way to do something, and then the very next second it'll say that way never works, that's the worst way. So it can be very confusing, and so being able to stay centered and trust that you have your very own unique way is such an important thing to remember. And I think yoga is a brilliant way to remind us of that, and also to practice staying centered in ourselves. So just move in whatever way your body wants you to move. And maybe it just wants to be still, and if that's the case, you can go into a child's pose. Just come super still, feel the energy moving in your body. Or if there's any lingering colors around. And then we'll do a downward dog. So downward dog, you can either, if you're not feeling a downward dog, you can do a puppy dog, which is you're walking your hands forward and just bring your chest to the mat. Otherwise, we'll lift up the knees, lift the hips up. And again, just you be you and do whatever feels good, cycling out your heels, bending one knee at a time. Maybe making some circles with the head, maybe adjusting your hips from side to side, and just understanding the power you have to use the imagination and cultivate the energy you want for your day, your practice, your marketing, and the power of color frequencies. So if you feel the silvery or the gold or the copper, and allow those colors to just infuse into your body. As you breathe, as you're practicing, just invite whatever color frequency your body needs into your body. And maybe coming forward into a plank, just moving the body in whatever way. And then we'll come down onto the mat and we'll begin to lay back, hugging the knees into your chest, rocking side to side. Allowing your knees to fall over to one side and twisting the head in the opposite direction. And then slowly lifting your knees up one by one and all the way over to the other side. Bring your head in the opposite direction. back up. And let's give our legs a hug in and maybe a kiss, thanking your body and all the energy around for supporting you, nurturing you, nourishing you. And let's extend the legs out into our final pose. I'm resting the head down. So remove my ponytail. Placing your hands on your hip area, your sacral area, wherever, somewhere in that direction in your hips, in your womb space, the sacral chakra. This is our creative center. And how we express ourselves in the world with our passions and our creativity. And just allowing whatever extra energy we've cultivated from our practice to flow into this space. Fill you up with the magic that is you. You can keep your hands there for the rest of the practice, or bring your palms up towards the ceiling. Fully supported by your mat, and completely let go. If you have any blocks that you want to release, that you want to allow to be released, any stories or beliefs holding you back from being your truest self, just imagine it floating out of your body right now. Staying centered in yourself. Continue to release. And you can stay here as long as you like. Or if you want to move on with your day, stretch your arms up, moving in whatever way to slowly come up to a seat. Down. Finish with our chimes today to keep you in this beautiful space. May you have a beautiful week, and we'll see you next week. Namaste.